All right, so I'm just checking all the socials, make sure that I am live, and it looks like I am live. Wonderful. And this is my first time going live on Instagram ever. So I'm kind of excited about that, and I'm using the software that helps connect all of my accounts together so that I can go live across all platforms at the same time. I just love it. Love tech. All right, so I don't even know where to start. I have so many updates. I've been quiet for a long time, right? But I'm happy to be back. I am happy to be doing these lives and giving viewers these short readings, answers to any pressing questions, and of course to help guide them along the way in the process in all of my roles. Okay, so I've been doing this on and off, for over 20 years, probably over 25 at this point. I am older than I look. And I am a coach, I'm a healer, shaman, reader, conjurer, whatever you want to call me. I'm all of these things. And so I'm back, and I'm really happy to do that. And if no one jumps on today, I can move forward with just like a general reading for the collective. I'm sure it'll take a little bit before it starts to pick back up again. All right. So, and I don't have my second camera up today because I just moved. I got to figure out the setup. It's just not ready yet. But when I get the second camera up, I'll be able to, you'll be able rather to see the cards at the same time that I'm speaking through them, okay? Because I prefer not to have to hold them up to the camera. All right, so I'm just going to check, see if anyone's on, and we'll give it a little bit. Gosh, I can't even remember when my last live, I think, was in the fall, maybe summer of last year of 2024. It's been a while. Time to get the algorithm back up. So if you're seeing this, whether live or after the fact, please help me out with the algorithm. Hashtag replay, like, share, subscribe. I am going live across all the platforms. So Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and not TikTok, not yet. I never really did much with TikTok, and you need a minimum of 1,000 followers. So yeah, I'd appreciate all of your follows across the different platforms so that I can move forward with these, free lives and get the messages across to as many people as possible. That is my aim and my goal. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with just a mini reading for the collective. And I decided to do this because I put my makeup on and everything. I actually joined a psychic TV show on Wednesdays at 8:30, hoping to move the time up a little bit, and that might require that I go live on a different day. But I am hoping to share those videos with you. They're actually a lot of fun. 2025 is going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually able to speak with the caller as opposed to just reading messages that people are sending me with their questions. And so it's been a lot of fun so far, and I can't wait to start sharing those videos here. And since I've got, a little bit of free time, I decided to go ahead and go live directly with you guys. All right, so general reading. And this is for the collective, so this will be general. There might be aspects of this reading that land with you and aspects that do not. All right. I've pulled the Sun, Four of Swords, the Hermit, and the Magician in the reverse. What I see here is a bit of a process. I think the collective as a whole is going through a process of stepping into the confidence, stepping into knowledge specifically. I'm talking about downloads from the Sun. I'm talking about spiritual DNA activation, all of these things, okay? The Sun here isn't just feeling great about yourself or having the best luck in the world. Again, speaking from a larger or broader lens here, okay? I do think that there's an awakening or something like this. Well, it's definitely an awakening, but for some people it can be painful, okay? For some people it's making them very physically tired. They might be dealing with health issues and things like that with that Four of Swords, okay? So they might be needing more rest. They might feel like they want to disconnect from others. They might want to go within. Others, they're being called to do just that, to do a lot more self-reflection, introspection. Okay. And others are taking a bit of a step back and with the Hermit here, trying to take a broader look at what's going on. Maybe they're analyzing things in their lives. Maybe they are trying to make sense of it all. Okay. Trying to figure out what's next, trying to figure out like their next move, their next step. And others are not yet tapping in. What I'm seeing is some of you are tapping into that innate kind of power, okay, of self-empowerment, of magic with this Magician here in the reverse, of knowing yourself, for example. However, many of you are not that, they're not there yet. All right, because with the Magician here in reverse, what I'm sensing is that there's it's not as much of a developed energy as it should be. But once everyone's tapped in at this higher level, the High Priestess comes forward. Okay, this is a card of the mysteries. This is a card of knowing. This is a card of understanding. This is a card of things starting to make sense. Okay, all the puzzle pieces falling into place, especially for the Divine Feminine. Okay, the High Priestess is someone that knows the full journey of the woman. Okay, and she's also, think of it as, I don't want to say the best version of a woman necessarily, but she is certainly integral, and she's more whole. Okay, very spiritual for the most part, also very much embodying trust. All right, that embodiment of trust is so important. This card to me speaks on a collective level. It speaks to the healing of the feminine dynamic, okay, of the Divine Feminine. Yeah, Devil here in reverse, I just pulled him. A lot of releasing of just negativities, things that don't serve us, chains and bonds, okay, that maybe we kind of placed on ourselves at some point. All right. I see here with, a King of Pentacles in the reverse and a Two of Cups in the upright. Also maybe a little bit of a separation from all of the not so much the financial systems, because that's not really going anywhere right away. It will be changing, okay? But it's a little bit of a separation from just the material things, like the focus on the material things, all right? And breaking away from stability as being defined by the material things alone, having these things, okay? Bigger salaries, higher salaries, you name it. We're stepping away from some of that construct, and we're moving into that energy of the Two of Cups. So there's going to be a lot of focus on partnerships of all kinds. It doesn't always have to be romantic. And from the perspective of this reading, looking at it through more in a strictly really spiritual lens, there's a lot of spirituality in this card around the Two of Cups. So again, a lot of partnerships, a lot of kind of helping out thy neighbor, a lot of connecting with individuals, a lot of sharing, a lot of learning together. Okay. So these are the energies that are present currently. Again, not to say that some of this will not be uncomfortable. It will be uncomfortable. It will be painful for a lot of people, for people that might find it more difficult to disconnect from, the way that things are, or the matrix, or whatever you want to refer to it. Okay. Because I see with the Two of Pentacles here in the reverse, a bit of a tumultuous kind of energy there. People not knowing what to do, people juggling, options or priorities, or just trying to figure out what that next step looks like for them. A lot of creatives might feel like their fire is being dampened, perhaps, whereas with others, they're going within to be able to reconnect with that, to be able to come forward with like that stronger fire, that stronger desire to move forward. Other people feel like the world is changing, and it's changing rapidly. I've been saying all year to my friends and family this year that 2025 is a full-on expose. There's been a lot going on. There's been a lot being made available publicly, a lot of like kind of clutch my pearl moments, kind of that stuff. And it's not going to go anywhere. That is very much going to continue. Okay. However, as things move forward, I'm hoping with this Knight of Cups energy here, I'm hoping, because that card has a lot of different meaning, but I am hoping that as a collective we'll be moving forward. Okay. Again, representative of that Knight, the mission to do, what's right. And there's a lot of emotional energy around that. Okay. So I'm hoping that this is more of that kind of like brotherly love, that, love of the collective, love for your, neighbor. I'm hoping there's a lot more of that in 2025. So I don't think I saw anyone. I see a couple of you are reacting. I have a couple viewers on, but I don't see any questions coming in, which is okay. I haven't been live in a long time. I didn't really expect all that much action today, but stay tuned. I do plan to, and I must because I'm called to be more consistent around this. So expect to see me again really, really soon. Thank you, everyone. Blessings.